Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa and I'm the owner of seasonandserveblog.com. Today I'm taking you around our garden and we are doing a fall garden tour. Fall is sort of a bittersweet time for me as a gardener because lots of things die out, but it's also exciting because there's lots of fall and winter veggies that are growing and are available. So let me show you what is in our garden. So this is what our garden looked like at the beginning of October, and we're going to start in the raised garden bed, and here we planted some kale. Our kale that we planted in the summer died back and bolted, so we got a new crop going. We have a combination of green kale, purple kale, and the lacinato kale, which is delicious. So these are growing and we're going to eat this throughout the winter. And here we have our green onions, and if you remember back in our spring video, I planted these just from kitchen scraps, and I pulled the bulb just to see what it looks like, and it's amazing and it tastes pretty good. So I used both the bulbs and the stalks in my cooking. Additionally, in our raised bed, we had lots of tomatoes growing, and since the beginning of October, a lot of this has actually died back and the leaves have turned brown, but we harvested most, if not all, of the tomatoes this year, and we had a combination of cherry tomatoes, green zebra tomatoes, yellow tomatoes, and red heirloom tomatoes. So it was a very good tomato harvest this year, and next year I think it's going to be even better. And then down in our lower garden bed, we have our zucchini plants, and there's just a couple zucchinis left. They've produced actually a lot of zucchinis this year, and we were super happy with it, but we'll have to wait till next year to have fresh zucchini again from the garden. Next to our zucchini, we have our final cucumber. It's just a baby, but it is still growing. And we also have some jalapeno peppers, and this year the peppers came out super spicy, so I was really happy with how those turned out. Additionally, we have our Phillies blue peppers, and these guys took a long time to grow, but they produce these little tiny purple peppers and they are very spicy as well, so I'm very happy with those. And then down in our herb garden, most of our herbs have actually died back, so our parsley, our basil have died. Everything except for basically this rosemary. This rosemary is not going anywhere, and we just have a few remnants of our coriander plant, and I'm going to save the seeds and use them to cook. And finally, we have our Kubota Squash. For the longest time, we thought this was actually a pumpkin plant, but it did turn out to be a kabocha plant. And kabocha is just a squash, and it is super delicious, really meaty, and goes really great in stews. So we got quite a bit of kabocha squash, and they are super tasty. So we're definitely going to grow these again next year. And then we'll move into the greenhouse, and there's not too much going on anymore in here, but we did have a really great eggplant harvest. And it was my first year growing eggplants, and they worked really, really well in the greenhouse. So I'm definitely gonna do that again next year. We also grew tomatillos in the greenhouse this year, and they grew very well. They grew so tall that they touched the ceiling of the greenhouse, but they were amazing. So I'm definitely gonna do that again next year, and I'll keep it in the greenhouse. I just might do a few less plants because we had way too many this year. And then over in our berry garden, we didn't have any berries left, so no blueberries or no raspberries, but I want to show you how beautiful the blueberry plants are. They turn this beautiful maroon color in the fall, and I think it's just gorgeous. And then over here in our fall garden, we have our corn, and we didn't really get a great harvest of it this year. The corn cobs were really small, but they were still pretty tasty. So next year, I think I'm going to change up the soil and the nutrients and other plants that we plant with it, and I think I'll have better success next year. And finally, we have our pumpkins, and we had really great success with these this year. We actually got 3 large ones overall, so we have this light orange one, we also have a green one, and then we have a dark orange one. And strangely enough, I planted all of these from the same seed, and they all turned out different colors, which I thought was pretty interesting. But they're still super cute nonetheless, and I'm going to use them to decorate our house for the fall. And that is it for our fall garden tour. There wasn't too much to show you because it was the end of the season, but overall we had a really great harvest this year and we got lots of food. So I'm very excited about it and I can't wait to start planning for next year. Over the winter season, I'll keep you updated on how our winter veggies and herbs are growing, and I'll also talk about some of our plans for our garden for next year. And we do have a really big project planned, and I'm really excited to show you guys what we have in store for you. So to stay updated on our garden progress, please hit the red subscribe button below and also turn on the bell so that you receive a notification every time I post a new video. Additionally, you can check me out on Instagram, and I'm posting on there a lot. There'll be lots of recipes and lots of home decor for the Christmas season that is coming up. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. So head over to my Instagram and follow me there. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.